We are here. We are on passive, shining bright into the future. We rise high with one heart and revolution, lifting up humanity as we rise, standing tall, hand in hand. We are the unicorn. We are the stars. Into bringing hope, shining bright. We're a nation, we are rising with one love, with one hope, bringing solution, lifting up humanity. Let's rise high, standing tall, hand in hand. We are the unicorn, we are the stars. Hello, Nancy. Hello, everyone watching on the other platforms. Welcome again. Yes, we are here again, 8 p.m. We are almost done with the week. We are doing excitingly well. And welcome to the others that are watching on Facebook right now and on the other platforms. Nancy, maybe if you want to come up here, that's good. Otherwise, that's fine too. So for right now, it's you and I on here now, and maybe the other people decided to watch on Facebook or the other way around. But either way, it's still a good thing. We're going to be here twice a day because if we want something good in life, we have to put in the effort that it requires. We don't just sit. because the amount of effort and energy we put into something, that's exactly what we're going to get out. And for me, being here twice a day, Monday through Friday, is so important to me. It's even going to get better when we have professional virtual assistants that are going to be helping us managing the other areas. That way, I will get enough sleep, and then I will be able to do things even more excitingly, so that other people will shoulder the other responsibilities. So we're building this up to that. But thank you so much, Nancy. Hard work pays off. Yes, yes. And hello, Kushal. Welcome. We just enjoyed our music, and we can play it again towards the end. So thank you guys so much. And it is a do or die for me, just like Mr. Ashman Farah. It's a do or die, because the things that are going to help our children be happy, the things that are going to help our children be healthy, the things that are going to make them have a calm and steady psychological understanding, the things that are really going to make them focus, that is what I am investing in for the rest of my life. And our managing director is also here. Thank you guys so much. So I think investing in children is the noblest of jobs anybody can ever want to do. And for me, I think that is the number one thing. Because when we invest in our children, we have invested in our economies all around the world. When we invest in children, we have invested in our future. Like my grandmother says, children are the walking sticks of the old age. You know the walking sticks? We call it here cane, the cane you use in walking in order to get some stability so that you do not fall. And children are the walking sticks of old age. That means that they're the symbols of our future, because where we fall short, maybe because of age or because of some bad health or whatever, or maybe just maybe we don't want to work anymore, we retire, and now we fall back on our children because we are also investing in them at this present moment. Even with me now, I'm not old, but my son helps me, because when a child helps you, because you brought that child up so well that they look around, they want to do things for the family. They look around, they want to do things for others. They look around, they want to buy things or help people shuffle their driveway, or buy Christmas packages, or do something, or write books to also uplift other children. A lot of things that our children are doing. Some are singing, some are going on mission trips, a lot of good things. But it depends on us, how we raise these children. That's exactly how these children are going to behave. And sometimes they'll do even better because they have these 21st century technology. ONPASSIVE 21st century Ashmufari, they're going to be using it because we want our children to use things that are clean, they are pure, they have value, and they have less negativity, right? Even though negativity is part of life, it depends on how we train our children to take it. We have to give them a positive mindset in the midst of anything in life, so that they will have all of these good, clean tools that they can use in case they stumble and want to fall. They know, just go into themselves, not outside, and take those tools and use them. Each time they go into themselves and take those tools out and use them. This is very important, and we cannot do that without love. Love is number one. When we love our children, the next thing that comes is safety. Safety is number one. So you put safety and love are almost like together. Because when a child is not safe psychologically, when a child is not safe physically, when a child is not safe emotionally, when a child is not safe economically, when a child is not safe educationally, when a child does not have that safety, They cannot do better. And that's why we are here. And because all of these things that I just named and more were given to me alone, by a village. So I am bound to also give it to others. And this time around, I will not be scraping from nothing, because the world is changing, the world is progressing. We are in an era where we have the artificial intelligence, where we're going to be doing things in a better and greater way, right? Quality. And so now I am bound to give it, and give it even more. And I'm so happy. I can't wait to give it. To just have, imagine one global movement having 195 computer labs, computer schools, where we just put these computers in every child. Maybe every child is having an iPad, or those computers are also there. They come there, they do their research, they study, and then guess what? There will be a supper table where, when they study, they also eat, and then they go home, they sleep in peace without bothering their parents, so that their parents can also take a break. I am just so excited about this, because this is the greatest thing that has ever happened to me. A child that is a product of her village. I am a product of my village, because the entire village came together with my grandmother and my mom to love, nurture, and educate me. And that is why there is the African proverb that it takes an entire village to raise, love, and educate a child. And that's the same village here. What is a village? A village is a mental something, because everything comes from the mental building. Who is your village? Where is your village? What are you doing with your village? My village right now, One Global Movement Village, is all of us here, because we are here for the same cause, the same purpose. And I thank you guys so much, because with what you're doing, a lot of people are doing a lot of things, especially with these hashtags. We are doing these things now. We think that we're doing something little. It's, oh my God, my son Greg is here. Hello, Greg, welcome. So we think that we are playing, but we are not playing. Artificial intelligence is taking this thing, and they know what we are all about in One Global Movement. They know that we are for the future, we are for the children. And they're going to be sending resources our way. Not long, you're going to be seeing some big people. When I say big people, people who are fighting for the causes that we are also fighting here for children. They're going to be visiting One Global Movement. But we're building this foundation, and it will come. And I know it will. They will come. Not one, not two, not three. They will come. And we are opening the doors for them with what we are doing here, really contributing, really hashtagging all the good things that go with One Global Movement and for children, like hashtag One Global Movement, where we hashtag Speak with Heart, and then hashtag ONPASSIVE, hashtag Digital Tsunami, hashtag defeat hunger, hashtag defeat illiteracy, hashtag defeat poverty, defeat abuse, all of those things, especially as I see a lot of you guys doing, especially one of our arts officer, Kushal. And I really just want to say thank you guys, because we think that we are not doing something. This is practical. We don't just talk. We are not just about theory. We are doing practical work. And now we are now starting to have the kids that are going to be ambassadors, because we, the adults, because we come from ONPASSIVE, 1.4 million founders, we're going to be representing our various communities and our various nations. And these kids will come through us, because we will be strategically placed in different areas of the world, in different countries, for us, the founders, to be able to make sure that these kids, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. They have the materials. If they want to, say, raise chickens, like some of them are already doing, or they can start from somewhere and then gradually raise that money and go to where they want to go. And along the way, they are learning to become independent. They're learning to do things for themselves without waiting for handouts, or without waiting for people to tell them go do this, or depending on people or blaming people for their inactivity. So I am just so excited, especially with the chicken farm that we're starting in Cameroon already for the kids. And I am urging each and every one, look around your environment. What can we do to start small? Even if we start with one child, 5 chicks per child. I reduce it from 10 to 5 so that we can spread it out a little bit further. So if in your community, is there space for kids to raise chicken? Imagine raising chicken within 3 months, you sell them. If you raise 5 chicken in my country, that's a lot. When I was going to school, that is one of the investments that I made. When I go on vacation, like the long holiday, I raised like 15 chickens. 15 chickens, it's 5,000 francs. 5,000 francs is a lot of money in my country's currency in Cameroon, in the French francs CFA. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75,000. 75,000 is huge. That is huge for one child to have. And in the course of raising this chicken, now I gave them the right to cook the eggs and eat for breakfast before they go to school. Or they can eat with the entire family. But if they cannot eat all the eggs, they can also sell some. That is investment. We want kids that will go to say garage sale and get these wheelbarrows, or get something that they take a look at it. Now they go, they buy paints and repaint it. Say they buy something for say $5 from the garage sale. When I say these things, these are things that I did, and they work. They really fetch you money. You buy the wheelbarrow, you go and look for a beautiful paint, you paint it in such a way that it looks like an antique. Now you've added value on that. You put it back out there to sell it. Guess what? People will come and buy it. My son did it. They come and buy it for $25. So from $5 that you bought it, maybe you buy paint for about $5 again, or 10, you make $25 to $30. That is something. Or you can write books and you go and be knocking at doors and selling. But you want to make sure that you're safe. If you're young, you go with your parents. Even if you're not young, you want to be safe, especially nowadays. All of these things I'm saying, these are things that I did and my son to learn from me. So a lot of things to help our children. There is a kind of power that comes to our children when they know that they own something. Ownership is power. When you own something of your own, it is power. When the children know that, oh, wow, I can raise this chicken by myself, it gives them that power to know that they can do something. Now I can sell them. And then now a bank account, one global movement will open those bank accounts for them everywhere in the world with the best banks. Okay, I can own a bank account as young as 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. And then by the time they turn 18, 19, 20, that money keeps growing. They cannot withdraw because that money is there for a purpose. When they turn 18, 19, 20, maybe they want to further their education, or maybe they want to learn a trade, or just maybe they want to do something. That money is already sitting there. Now they don't have to go through exorbitant student loans like the ones that I have right here. I have them, but I am happy because, hey, I have my knowledge and I'm happy paying it back. And I know that I will pay it back. So it's a lot of things. We don't have to overthink. The things are right here in our environment, but we have to start with our inner environment first, always. And then we search within us, not hearing from people or let people direct, or because if you do not work on your dream, if you do not go after what you want for yourself, or you don't train your child or your children to go after what they want for themselves, what they don't want, or what you don't want is going to automatically kick in for you, because you will come to realize that you are helping somebody else build their own dream instead of building your own, because you sit and only listen to people. You take your dream, you discuss it with people. Some people are dream killers, but if you're like me, the way my grandmother has built my mind and my heart, it's so resolute that if I want to go after something, I go after. And this is the way we teach our children. But they go after it with humility and respect, and then with considerations for others, giving others the opportunity to also grow, and also helping other kids along the way, because this is the way we're supposed to operate as humans. And that this is what we are doing here. We are descendants of ONPASSIVE, right? Without ONPASSIVE, we'll not be here. And this is exactly what we are doing. So thank you guys so much. I just, sometimes when I say I'm tired, then when I just open this page here from out of nowhere, I'm just so re-energized, and I just want to keep going. But thank you guys so much for all you are doing. In the end, we will be dancing in the streets of the world. We will, all of us will be dancing on the streets, and we'll be dancing with our children, because we are doing the right thing. We are doing the right thing. Things might be difficult now for some of us, or maybe for all of us, but hey, when those apples start coming, they will be raining down on us. And we don't just, in one global movement here, we don't just depend on ONPASSIVE, we're depending on a lot of sources, because the issues facing our children in the world are just billions. And one source will not suffice. It might suffice, but we want to make sure that we build their environment in such a way that it will continue even when we are long gone. So thank you guys so much for always coming here. Nancy, Jody, if you want to come to this stage, fine. But if you want to remain in the chat, either way, it's a good thing. And if any one of you wants to come to this stage, very, very important, come. John, where is our friend? I thought you were going to bring her tonight. Okay, no worries. She will come. But thank you so much. All right, today is Thursday. Can you believe that? And then tomorrow, and then we can go and take a fantastic, fun weekend, re-energize ourselves, and then come back again and do it, starting it all over again on a clean slate, right? Yes. So Thursday, and Thursday, March 28th, we are in the mindset series number 35. We want to make sure that we exhaust all the mindset series, because everything is our thoughts. If we do not really build our thoughts well, we will not be able to build the thoughts of our children. Anything that we are doing here, it is a reminder to us on how we can rebuild our mindset, or we can add something. And this is a daily thing. It's not do it today and you forget. But when you do it, sometimes, not sometimes, a lot of time, it just comes like second nature to you. You don't have to overthink it. You just do it. Because what you guys are doing here, it's out of your good mindset. And you just do it because you've made it a part of you. We want to make these things part of our children so they can be happy. They can be happy. We want to include them. We want to really start very young. You know, those that are already grown, now we still keep doing it, but doing it with love, right? So tomorrow, Friday, I know it's Friday for some of you already, at 1 p.m. Eastern Day Time, we are going to celebrate the end of Women History Month. And the theme is going to be safety first. Safety first. Safety for our children is very important, and we have prepared it. It's just so beautiful how we're going to do it. We're going to start with our international anthem, and we end it with Bob Marley, because he's one of those around the world that fought for the rights of the downtrodden, the children and women. And even though he's no more, he's even more prominent now because his legacy is living now, even after he's long gone, and he died at the age of 36, very young. But now we are benefiting from what he did, and that is why we are also here building a legacy that children 1 million generation from now will be enjoying. So tomorrow, if you can come, you come. And Mr. Borilla is going to find somewhere in the middle to also entertain us, right? Because we work hard, we deserve to be entertained. Pretty soon, I'll be cooking. So we'll be having summits all over the world so we all can gather and eat and dance and do fun things together, isn't it? So, yes, we're in the series a mindset series number 35. ONPASSIVE seems to have set a kind of stage that is helping children find joy in learning. Do you agree that ONPASSIVE seems to have set a kind of stage that is helping children find joy in learning? Now, you need to be writing down your answer. What has ONPASSIVE done that, in your own opinion, has set a stage that children are going to find joy in learning, not just learning as a chore? They're actually learning with that joy, that they enjoy what they are learning, and they're learning and they're so happy with their learning. Remember that sometimes learning can be a headache depending on how the curriculum is set up or how the school system is set up. Some children don't find joy in learning. We want to make sure that our children are happy with what they are learning, and being happy with what they are learning, first of all, meaning that they are loved, they are given a choice, not just one, not a choice. They are given choices. They are nurtured, and they are being encouraged, and they are being celebrated for every stone that they take, not just a milestone. No matter how small it is, we are celebrating these children, and we are really making sure that we love them. They see it, they feel it, they live it. We're not just talking, and we take our children as partakers in raising or in building and creating their own future. We get them involved so that they know that this is what we are doing, so that they, in turn, they too can take it to their future families. That's what we want to do, right? We talk with our children like we are friends. We play with them. And I've seen a lot of parents, and I'm one of them, because I am just like a kitty cat when I'm playing with my son, and that's what we should be doing. And then we find like family fun games, educational games, like the ones that we're going to be having in Joy, right? So that when these kids that learn, they study, or they're doing their business, whatever they're doing, they can also find fun at the same time. I bought a CD like about 10 years ago. I did not know how to type fast. And I was in school, and I'm like, is this the way I'm going to be punching the keyboards? I end up being tired, and then I wasted a lot of time. So I said, I have to learn how to type without looking at the keyboards. So I went to Best Buy, and I was looking at the CD section because somebody talked to me about a certain CD, and I still have it here in our family archives. So this person, God sent this person to me, and the person asked me, ma'am, do you have children? I said, yes. He said, come, let me show you something. You're going to love it. And he took me to where he showed me this CD where children, it's teaching them math, it's teaching them English, and then it has encouraging words, just like the resounding in O Connect. Wow, you got it. Oh my God, you are so intelligent, encouraging children. So I bought that. But then I told this service person that I was also looking at my own CD that can teach me how to type. And he showed it to me. I bought two. My son he was then only about 6 years old or so. We were competing in typing. This boy was flying over the keyboards, and you actually typing, you're seeing things, they're encouraging you, you see the drawings and everything. And I started learning. And I'm so proud that after a few months of challenge with typing, I finally got it. Today, I can type, just typing a document without looking. I am just so proud of myself. These are things that when you're determined, when you put your mind to something, you can do it. And this is what we tell our children, but they cannot do it without seeing us doing it, because children are impressionable. They want to copy from their parents. They want to see that you're doing a good thing. They want to see that you're happy as their father, as their mother, as their auntie, as their uncle. They want to see you happy, and children will gravitate towards that. This is what we are talking about. It is not rocket science. It's so simple and so natural the way God created it to be. And so, and I just so love it that this is what I've always wanted to do in life, and I'm doing it now, right? So we begin to think about, oh joy, when we are talking about ONPASSIVE seems to have set the stage for to help our children to enjoy learning. We begin to think about oh joy, right? Oh play, all of those great things. Even all of these products, the artificial intelligence, they're embedded with a lot of futures that are going to be so encouraging to help our children, to motivate and to inspire them to do things, and even us, right? So that is so important. So I will begin with a quote, and I so love what Steve Jobs is one of my mentors, and even though he's no more, but his legacy carries on. So he says, the only way to do great things is to love what you do. Excuse me. The only way to do great things is to love what you do. And to love what you do is what comes from within you, what you were born with, the gift that God, remember, before you were formed in your mother's womb, God has already written your future. And your future is one of greatness. Is one of greatness. There is no reason to look low on yourself, or maybe somebody who is having a bad day or a negative mindset say something and you begin to copy. No, you just know that, you know what, oh, maybe this person is having a bad day. Let me just pray for this person. And because we all are born for greatness, and I've seen it here. You just know from what you guys are doing. I just know who you are. I just know it. More than 85%, I already know who you are right here. And I thank God for that. So this is working for the favor of our children. So Steve Jobs says the only way to do great work is to love what you do. And Albert Schweitzer says success is not the key to happiness. Listen to this. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. You've got to be happy in order to be successful. You're not going to be an embittered person, complaining or whining and being like a little child throwing tantrums. You have to be happy in order to be successful. If you love what you do, or you love what you're doing, you will be successful. You will be successful. I finally found my path with what I'm doing now, journalism and business communication, because that's what I wanted to do in Cameroon. But because the tuition was exorbitantly high for my grandmother and my mom and the villagers, I couldn't do it. I did something else. But thank God, when they sent me here to further my studies, I had to really choose what I wanted, my path in life, which is what God gave me. And I'm happy with that. So in order to be successful, you have to, first of all, be happy. And happiness is a choice. We need to let our children know. You have to choose to be happy, even in the midst of your challenges. You do not blame your anger or your nagging or on somebody. Nobody makes you to be unhappy. You chose to be unhappy. Even if somebody, for me, a lot of time people throw negative things at me. I don't care. I leave them alone because they are suffering from anger or something that is bothering them. But I'm not going to sit here, this person is making me unhappy. No, there is always a solution to things like that. You either just ignore and go ahead and do your good things, or you can sit there and be whining with them, right? We need to teach our children. Sometimes it's difficult, but we can do it. When we do it little by little, it becomes part and parcel of us. And when you keep quiet in the midst of all of those things, you will be the winner, because you don't want to waste your time and your energy on things that don't serve you. And this is what we want to teach our children, right? So what does setting the stage for learning mean to us and our children? Setting the stage for learning. What does it mean to you and your children? What does it mean? So, setting the stage for learning for young people and children involves creating an environment that is conducive to learning and development. You have to create, first of all, the inner environment always, because what you have inside of you, it's what is going to show in the outside. So we create an inner environment. What do you want? What are your goals and your dreams? What do you want your child to do? Now the child comes out, is young, they don't know anything. You have to create an educational environment for them. That's why they have to have their own space, their own room, where you buy books with pictures. You buy this musical instrument like the piano. You buy things that will be singing the ABCs. Or if they're young adults, you know what to, you make sure that if they're in school, they have all their school materials and they're eating right. We have to create that conducive environment for them, to expose them to learn well and to have self-confidence in themselves in what they are doing. We owe them that responsibility as parents and adults and caregivers around these children. And hey, ONPASSIVE has created that environment already for us and our children. And we are so lucky that we are part of ONPASSIVE, right? We are very lucky. And especially O Academy and O Bless is an O woman. Those are things that are so dear to my heart. But I take O Bless and O Academy first, because you cannot have O Bless without O Academy. And you cannot even have O Academy without O Bless. These two things must go together in order to also take the other products and use it. Because when we help people, we cannot always be there. That is why there is a saying that you have to teach somebody how to fish instead of just giving them fish all the time, right? When you help today, you give $1,000. You want to make sure that they invest that $1,000 well. You want to make sure that you teach them how you get that $1,000, or how they can also get it using their own way, their own gift, so that tomorrow they're not going to come back to be asking. So it really involves creating a loving, aspiring, and holistic physical environment, emotional, social, and cognitive development, which intentionally fosters a lifelong love for learning. When children don't eat, they don't learn, right? And eating the right food that will give them the right nutrients, they will not learn well. And if we do not help our children with the appropriate clothing for the season, they're going to get sick. They will not learn. So all of these things come into play. And thank God that we're doing this together, because left alone, we will not be able to do it, right? So we're doing this together for children of the world, so that tomorrow these children will be the John Barillas, the Nancy, the Rebeccas, the Yvonne Mundih, the Kushal, the Ashman Forest of the world, because we came together through this path of ONPASSIVE. So I am really just so joyful myself for this. And then physical environment, you can this refers to their own space. Children have to have their own space always, so they understand that this is my space. I can mess up here and I can clean it up. They have to have their learning space. They have to have their own table and their own chair. Like my office here, I have my own things here. And this is my environment. I read here. I broadcast from here. I do a lot of the things that I do for One Global Movement and other things right here from my office. Right? So this is the same thing with children. A well-equipped material environment, especially like the letters of the alphabet for young kids within the first 5 years, they have to have those letters. They have to have the numbers. They have to have books with pictures, musical instruments. And I bet you a lot of time they're going to take those musical instruments, try to wash them in water, because my son did that. He said, oh, I want to wash it. It's dirty. Not knowing that when you put that thing, that you immerse that guitar or violin in water, you ruin it, right? So And we will have to keep buying because they grow by messing around and ruining things, and we still do it again. And then emotional environment. It is very, very crucial to create supportive and nurturing atmosphere where children feel valued, loved, respected, and encouraged to take task, right? And the positive relationship with caregivers, the parents, and peers, and the teachers as well. And opportunities for social interaction and collaboration are essential for emotional development and learning. Very, very important. These things are very important, like we are doing here. Like, I'll give an example, not going into details, like Mr. Barilla and I had, we always sometimes have long conversations, especially concerning one global movement, how we are doing or what we're doing. We had one of those yesterday. Those are the kind of emotional environments we are talking about, where you realize that you went wrong somewhere. You really pour out your heart and say, I am sorry, I did this, right? That's what we do, even with our children. Let's not say, oh, I'm not going to apologize because you're my child. You are the one who is supposed to apologize to me, even when you are not even wrong. That is so wrong. We are not creating a good emotional environment for those children. This is very important. And then we also have to build places where these children would engage. Learning experiences should be engaging, interacting, a give and a take in all directions. They interact with peers. They build projects together and meaningful. These are very meaningful for children. And activities should be hands-on, hands-on activities. Like now, one of the activities is gardening for me. It's coming up. You'll see me out there kneading the soil and playing with the soil and getting so dirty. I posted a video today about children that their parents put their snow things on and take them into mud. In muddy water, they are in the mud like pigs. And I'm like, wow, this is so beautiful. Why? Because when I was growing up, me and my brothers, we run around naked in the rain, taking a shower. We didn't know about all these evil things nowadays, and we just go around. But some of those pictures are being exploited because some people took them, magnified them, and showed them to the world like, oh, hey, here, look, these children are poor. They're not poor. I saw those things. I posted that one today, and this is from a developed country. And so, in all societies, the kids like to get dirty. They go into the mud, into the rain, they play, they get dirty, and we let them, kids be kids. These kids that I posted, their parents intentionally took them. And these kids were having fun in the muddy water, rainy, muddy water. They were having fun. And you see, some of those things that we think it's dirty are not dirty. Or a child walking barefoot. Walking barefoot sometimes is okay because it's healing. Sometimes you really have to take off your shoes and walk barefoot in the soil or in the sand, especially around the beach, or like here on cemented floor. It cools off your feet and it feels so good. It's not because people are poor. I'm just saying this because we need, let the children do those things and ruin this, or they're trying to use foil paper from the kitchen. Like my mom would say, oh no, don't ruin you're wasting the foil paper. No, they're building. We have to really equip the environment so that they can have hands-on something to do. And when they do that, their brains are ticking. They are learning a lot of things that we don't know. So structure and routine. ONPASSIVE makes it so joyful for children to learn, establishing predictable routines and clear expectations that will help children feel secure and understand what is expected of them. Security is number one in ONPASSIVE. Remember that, because we want the environment to be an enjoyable, safe, valuable, clean environment for our children to focus. And that is why the way Mr. Ash Mufara is building this thing is to continue to monitor. Remember that our children are studying in a world that is so corrupt in the sense that the materials, some of the books that they read And the phones and the iPad that they're using has been so corrupted and tinted with unclean things that are really affecting our children. I also posted another video for children that the parents have relegated their responsibility of these children onto iPads. And these children, you see a child sleeping and going like this, like really stressing in the sleep with iPad because their hands have been so conditioned with the iPad that the parents did not regulate that. Even with this artificial intelligence, we need to know what the child is using at what age and how long, because that is setting a routine and a plan for them. Otherwise, anything that is so good or anything that is the best in the world, if we do not do it with precaution, we are still going to ruin the children. And so everything, it's like you love a certain dish and you eat. You don't want to stop. Maybe it's pizza, or maybe it's jollof rice, or maybe it's fufu and okra sauce. Let me just say the one from my culture, and you're just eating. And then when there's no way for you to breathe anymore, and now you begin to gasp for breath because you have overeaten. We don't want that. We need to monitor everything. We do it in moderation. We do it in the way that is going to be healthy for our children. And because ONPASSIVE is going to be monitoring all of these things, because it is built for children for the future, we are in a good place, right? And then there is also differential instructions or differentiated instructions. Some instructions are being differentiated depending on maybe the age of the child, or maybe depending on the learning ability of the child. Recognizing and accommodating the diverse needs and learning styles of every child is important for effective teaching. Now, we do realize that the products of ONPASSIVE have been built to fit the children. It's age appropriate. And we want to make sure that this is what we are doing. Instead of giving something to a child that is more than the age of that child, that is going to ruin that child, then it therefore means that we're not doing any good. And so ONPASSIVE made simple. The products have been made simple. And now, no matter what they do, or ONPASSIVE builds a product or whatever, we, the parents, still have the final say. You know how your child is growing. You know that your child at this age is matured enough to handle certain things. It is you. It starts from the home. It is us, because we need to know that, yes, this child can handle this thing. Oh, no, this child cannot handle this thing. And children grow differently. And so that is why, even though those things are there, we still have to make sure that they are age appropriate. Not only age appropriate, they are according to the growth percentile rate of every child. Because some children, they grow faster in their thinking capacity and learning capacity than others. And we want to make sure that those things are just like here. Some of you can learn faster than me, or certain things faster than me, and I can learn certain things faster than you. So we all are different. And this is education tailored to meet the unique needs of the individual child ONPASSIVE, and at their own pace, how they can learn it, not just graduating a whole cohort of children that we don't even know if they understood what they went through in high school, and we graduate them and they come out to sometimes not understanding everything. So this is very, very important. So providing individualized supports and adapting instructions to meet each child's strengths and interest and challenges can maximize ONPASSIVE AI learning outcomes for our children, right? So this is so beautiful. AI and high technology offer a plethora of opportunities. We have it in ONPASSIVE, right? ONPASSIVE offers a plethora of opportunities that will make learning engagement and enjoyable hands-on learning for our young people and our children. You have personalized learning, as we've talked about. You have interactive experiences that will interact. We talk about that too. We have gamification. Gamifications are the games. They're going to be playing games. You imagine, we play games, I play games. Nobody's going to just sit without doing something, because remember, an idle mind is a devil's workshop. An idle mind is a devil's workshop. If you don't think something positive and you're doing something positive, guess what you start thinking? You start thinking about bad things. And some people, they can think about going to drink a bottle of beer. And pretty soon, they're alcoholics. Not to say people should not drink, but you know what you're doing before you do it, right? And or some kids, they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing because we didn't create that environment for them. Guess what they do? They go peer pressure. They go and start, let me just try this. They go and start smoking. So an idle mind is a devil's workshop. We want to occupy our children's mind with great things, with wonderful things. And these things, we can build that environment to suit these things, right? So gamification is very, very important. All work without play makes Jack a dull boy. And all play without work makes Jack a lazy person, right? So we have to strike a balance in the middle. What is good? What is not good? What is priority? What can we prioritize in the lives of these children? And we do just that. So gamification, gamifying educational content by incorporating elements such as points, badges, a star, or a leadership board. Like you put like in your home, you can just put a leadership board. And when a child does something, you just go under their name. You put a star, you put a sticky star right there. That star alone, you have just elevated that child's spirit. And they will just be so happy, and then they will be so determined to continue to do well and to learn and to do their chores. Remember to give children chores. Don't just leave them there to washing machines, or they need to do chores. They need to mop the floor. They need to sweep. They need to pick their room. They need to make their beds. All of these things, it's time for bed. They can just include this in this AI thing and say, it's time for bed, it's time, bedtime reading, or bedtime stories, or it's time to do your laundry. These things are so beautiful. And we ourselves can give suggestion because we are ONPASSIVians, right? We need this kind of a game. I've been thinking of how to build a game, and now ONPASSIVE is here. I can pay for it to be built. You can tailor it to just be specific, tailor it to your family, to your children, because you know your children, you know your family dynamics, you know your family culture. You can tailor a game that you guys can all come together and play, instead of buying the games from the store that other people have put their own goal and their own way of life into it and selling it to us. We can do our own so that each child is treated as a unique being, a unique individual. Yeah, I can't just wait for that. So AI can analyze students' progress and adapt the difficulty level of those games or their studies. And they will continue to adjust it so that the child can grow and be happy with what they are doing. So virtual learning assistants, we have mentors, and then adaptive learning platforms. Platform like here, we are learning. Maybe some people don't know this is learning. And now, when we go to O Connect, we are right there on the platform, or maybe in a conference form or in a webinar form, whatever. We have it all. And these things are so, so amazing. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. Language learning apps. I am going to really bring back my French language, because I'm almost losing it. When you don't use something, you lose it. Now I will get the opportunity to learn the Hindi language, so that when I'm coming to India to interact with the children, I already know some Hindi and I will speak it, right? This is how easy and very, very sweet it's going to be. And then we have robotics and coding, the chatbots. All of those things are going to help our children. So by really harnessing the power of AI and high technology, educators, parents can create learning experiences that captivate young minds. It will captivate their minds and inspire them to continue to learn, because learning is a lifelong thing. So they will love to learn. They will be happy because imagine a child, when you learn, now you know that you can go here and a game is tailored to fit your learning style. That is still going to promote it, but it's a game. They make it in such a way that, oh joy, kids are happy. And when it's time to go to school, they're so happy to go quickly because they know that these apps, AI apps from OnPassive, are going to help these children. Now, with this OnPassive thing, I've been learning a lot. I've been thinking a lot of things that used to come to my mind. Now they come even more. What can I create that is going to fit my family, that is going to fit my future grandchildren? What can we do? But we wait when they're here, we learn. You start learning how your child is from your womb. When your wife is pregnant, you are pregnant as well. We learn those things from the womb. Very, very important. I did it. It worked for me. It worked miracles. Because I must tell you, I thank God for being proud, but I thank God for my son. He's one of the people that the children that their head is too big. He's doing aerospace engineering, and a lot of kids are falling out of that department. But he said, hey, it is challenging, but it is interesting. I am up to it. And he is there. He said, I can do this. This is the only thing that I love to do. And he's doing it. We all can train our children, but you have to watch your child. When your child is struggling with a major, it's because we did not watch our children properly when they were growing up. Because you will know what your child loves, because they will be gravitating towards things that they love a lot. And now you begin to know. We knew our son was going to be an engineer. We didn't just know what kind, because of the things that the way that he was doing things, even in school. Even the teachers were saying, have you guys thought about what this child is going to be? Because he's doing things in a different way. And so that's how come we knew. And he is going to be that engineer. Hopefully you partake in his graduation in 2025 and the graduation of other kids around the world. So when your children are graduating, when they're having a birthday, when they're having anything special, bring it here. This is where we want our children to grow with happiness. And these are the things, we celebrate these things about them. They are going to grow and to be very happy. We celebrate ourselves too. Do you have a birthday? Bring it up. Bring it up, not just a birthday. What can we do for you that it's going to uplift your spirits to continue to do what you're doing? We are here as a family. Mr. Ash Mufaro put us together as the first global family. So let us continue to do this. Let us not say, oh, no, I'm not telling my business to this. No, we are each other's keeper. That's how I see it. I was the keeper of the entire village. And I'm still a keeper here for you guys. You guys are keeping me in check with what I'm doing, which I so much love. So thank you guys so much. And let me appreciate you guys in the audience here. And of course, our dancing queen, Nancy Jody, is always here dancing. Thank you so much. Yes, we are going to the top. Why not? Hard work pays off. Yes, so true. And Kusha says, hello, Sister Yvonne Mundih, hashtag one global movement, much love. And he's saying hello to one another too. And our managing director says, hello, everyone. Welcome to One Global Movement Evening Edition. JJ Tin Man from Kushal. Yes. And Nancy just hello to everyone here too. Who is here for One Global Movement. Thank you so much, Nancy. And Kusha say, always appreciate your hard work, love, and full dedication towards hashtag One Global Movement. Sister Yvonne Mundih. Oh, Kusha, my little brother. Thank you so much. And thank you for your prayers. You guys, your presence, your inspiration, your prayers, your encouragement is what is keeping me going. I am so grateful. I appreciate you all. I thank God that in the future, we're going to meet. The world is small in my own eyes. The world is so small for me because I love to travel, to meet children, to meet families, especially children. And that's what we're going to be doing. When the apples come, watch. Not just the apple from ONPASSIVE. Apples are going to come from all over because God says so. That if you serve these young ones, those things have to happen. And they're going to happen for One Global Movement so that we can go all around the world You just sit in your living room. Before you know, maybe John Barilla and I are already there. Kushal, you're going to be shocked, and that's what we're going to be doing. Yes, thank you so much. And hashtag uplifting children worldwide. Hashtag education for every child. Thank you so much. That's what we are all about. Thank you. And we have our son Greg, right, Nancy? Our son Greg. Hi, everyone. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, handsome. How are you? Thank you so much for those little kisses. Thank you so much. And Nancy says, please share to family and friends that our children are aware that one global movement have plenty of love for them. Yes. Thank you, Nancy, because we are parents and caregivers here, and we are unperseverance that care about our own and all over the world. And hello, Rebecca. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. And hashtag we are all mothers and responsible for children. Hashtag unpassive. We are. We are, my sister. Thank you so much for confirming that. And feel free to come on the stage here. Nobody was born knowing how to do everything. I always say nobody should shy away and say, oh, I don't know how to speak. Yeah, we can all learn how to do that. We learn to do everything. I didn't know how to punch the keys on the computer, but now I am flying over those keys. That is so important. And Rebecca says, Dr. Yvonne, you are very much welcome. And Dr. Benny Blessing and Comfort, Gladys Nyamboro, Lynn Nakamoto. Wow. Wow, yes. Yes, they are not on this platform here, but thank you for appreciating them here, Rebecca. Thank you so much. Yes. And yes, I agree that OnPassive will give our children a sense of belonging, safety, security in achieving their goals. Yes, certainly. Yes. And Nancy says, teach our children to choose their happiness. Don't let no one choose your happiness for you. Choose your own. Believe in yourself, your uniqueness. You're beautiful. Don't wait for someone to tell you. Yes. And we have to tell our children. They shouldn't hear it from somewhere else, because if we don't, the tendency is that they're going to want other people to exonerate them, and that is not going to be good for them. Hello, Brother AP. Thank you so much, sir, for being with us this morning in India, I believe. Thank you so much for your support and your love for children worldwide. And Nancy said, we still need to guide our to use artificial intelligence in a healthy way. Certainly, Nancy. Thank you so much. Please put the big thumbs up, subscribe, and share. Hashtag One Global Movement. Don't forget to put the big thumbs up, please. And thank you guys so much. Thank you, Kushal, for always reminding people to do that. And AP says, tiny hands, a world to see. Hold them close, for safety is key. Curious hearts with laughter bright, keep them watch with all your might. Certainly, that is so powerful, Sir AP. Thank you so much for saying that. And he's saying hello, greetings to all OnPassive family here. And Nancy says, hashtag educate our children, hashtag love our children, hashtag Mr. Ash Mufare, hashtag OnPassive, hashtag Dr. Mundih, hashtag One Global Movement, hashtag love. Thank you. We have come to the end of this edition. One more day tomorrow, and we're going to have a fun, fantastic weekend. And AP says, hashtag One Global Movement, hashtag OnPassive, hashtag Ash Mufare. Thank you so much, guys. I love you all, and I wish you guys the best. Tomorrow, well, it's already tomorrow with you guys, and Friday at 1 p.m. Let us meet. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow at that time, or at 8 p.m. Eastern Daytime. But let us always remember to help our children to stay focused, to stay encouraged. We encourage them so that they too can learn to encourage themselves. And we empower them. We empower them because they are children of the Most High God. They were created for greatness. They were created to win. They were created to do their own things, not to depend on other people. They were created to have economic, educational, financial freedom, and to build generational wealth, to help other people, not just only them. But it starts with us. And we have to let them know that there is an ocean of opportunity all over us. We just have to see it with our mind's eye, not the physical eye. And with us, we don't even have to look that far anymore. It is right here with ONPASSIVE. I just say ONPASSIVE, one global movement, ONPASSIVE, one global movement. Hey, how is it that God read my heart and sent Mr. Ashmufara my way so that I can use this product to educate, empower, and uplift and love children worldwide? This is so beautiful. I love it. My son is already using it. He himself is a founder, right? And he's a student. So this is the beauty of bringing these first world family together with high moral, ethical values. Thank you guys so much. Hashtag Ashmufare, hashtag ONPASSIVE. Thank you guys so much. I love you all. Maybe I should play the ONPASSIVE song because some of you came late, a little late, not late per se, but you can only come when you can come, right? I just said that just so I make the difference, not because you guys have to rush here, not at all. I don't advise that because you have to be able to come when you can come, right? Okay, we're going to play it here in a moment. Wait. Okay, 1 second, please. It's coming. And then we can all just disperse. Okay. All right, it's coming now.
Battery 80%. Connected to Galaxy Tab A2016 with S Pen and Yvonne's S24 Ultra.
And you can disperse when it's time for you to go. That's okay, because this is the end. We just enjoy and we go. Thank you guys so much. I love you all. We are here. We are ONPASSIVE. Shining bright into the future, we rise high. We want heart and revolution. Setting up humanity as we rise, standing tall, hand in hand. We are the unicorn, we are the stars. Oh, into it, into it. Bringing hope, shining bright. We're a nation, we are rising, we want love, we want hope, bringing solution, lifting up humanity, let's rise high, standing tall, hand in hand. We are the unicorn, we are the stars. Okay, in it to win it, I wish you guys the best of your day. And for those who are going to go to bed, I wish you a good night. Nancy says good morning, good night, everyone. Thank you for attending One Global Movement. We love you all. Thank you so much. And you have the best of time. And see you again next time. Bye bye.